What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and welcome to a quick news update video. I've got a few topics to talk about today, including a newly discovered Mei exploit, which allows players to literally fly, a new PTR patch, including a couple decent little quality of life changes, and the official cover art for the upcoming Hero of Numbani Overwatch novel. So without further ado, let's jump right on in. First off, I want to cover this Mei Ice Wall exploit that has been shared around quite a bit at this point on social media. I'm sure most of you have already seen something talking about it, but if you haven't, basically there was a recently discovered bug where if Mei puts her ice wall on any sort of moving map terrain object, such as a payload or the spawn door for control point maps, when players are standing on the ice wall and it breaks after having been on the moving object, the player is tilted, for lack of a better term, and in certain circumstances this can be used to let players essentially jump infinitely, kind of like how Pharah flies, thus allowing the player, who is playing as heroes that should be definitely staying on the ground, able to fly up in the air and potentially get an advantage. Now, as goofy as this bug is, it apparently has been used quite a bit already for exploiting and taking advantage of the enemy team. Obviously, if you get a character like McCree who can fly up and get his high noon off, that's not going to be good, and that's definitely breaking the game in a way which should not be allowed. Thankfully though, it sounds like there is a fix already on the way for this. Overwatch developer Bill Warnicki actually left a comment on one of the posts showing off this exploit last night on the Overwatch subreddit, talking about how they have a fix in the works and that it should be coming very soon. Now, at the time of me recording this, it doesn't look like they've actually pushed through the fix for this just yet, but I do suspect that it's going to be very, very soon, quite possibly before I even get a chance to upload this video. But I would like to emphasize that if the fix hasn't gone through yet by the time you're seeing this, do not try to utilize this in-game. Like, sure, mess around with it in like a custom game or practice range or whatever, but don't try to exploit this in an actual match, because there is a possibility that if Blizzard determines that you're actually using this in a malicious way to get an advantage, it is possible that they could take action against players doing this. We don't know for sure whether or not they're going to do that, but I would just recommend against messing around with this, like especially in competitive, just so you don't risk, getting banned or suspended or anything for exploiting bugs which aren't supposed to be there. Moving on to the next topic though, there was a brand new PTR patch which just recently went up, and while it didn't include any new hero balance changes or significant content updates like that, it did have a couple decent little, quality of life changes that are worth noting. The first one is really quick. It's just a new death icon that shows up in the kill feed whenever you die by falling off the map. Now, this icon will show up in addition to whatever ability was used if a player got, say, booped off by a Lucio, but it'll also show up by itself if the player just happens to fall off the map. Hence why the icon itself seems to show someone slipping, which I guess indicates that the player is just clumsy. The other, more significant change that was added is a update to how role queue works when playing in a group. Party members who queue for any game mode with role queue enabled can select multiple roles now, indicating what they're willing to play in the next game. Your other party members' role choices and competitive play skill ratings may affect which roles you are eligible to choose or which role you can play. For example, if you selected all three roles, tank, damage, and healing, to indicate your willingness to play any of them, and then two other party members choose support, you will not get to play support in the next game. So basically this just gives you a bit more freedom with which roles you can actually select. Like, obviously if you're solo queuing, you can select multiple roles and then just get queued into whichever role comes available first, but now you can also do that while in a party, which is definitely going to be a nice quality of life change for those of you who actually have friends. And the last topic for today is the brand new cover artwork which was just revealed for the upcoming Hero of Numbani Orisa novel, which is going to be coming out next May. Now, this is something that I talked about a few months ago when the novel was first announced. I'll include a link to my original video covering all the details that we know so far about this book and what it's going to entail, but it was shown off on Twitter that there is a brand new official cover artwork for it, which I must say looks very nice, and they've even updated the Amazon listing for this book to include this brand new cover art. If you want the ebook is available to pre-order for both Kindle and paperback at this point, so if you're interested in learning more about the Overwatch universe and the story, and specifically Efi and Orisa, then this is going to be a really interesting read, I suspect. In general, I think this is just a really exciting thing to see Blizzard doing, since we've had comics and short stories, but never any proper full-length novels like what this is supposed to be, so I'm really excited to see if this ends up being just the first of many story novels we end up getting in hopefully the near future. But that'll do it for today's quick news topics. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave your thoughts about anything I talked about here today down in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with your friends if you really liked it. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit up the bell to never miss any of my future Overwatch content. This is Master EN Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.